We will have so much winning if I get elected that you may get bored with winning.
Okay, I'm not sure why we're seeing that again, but there it is, just the same. Welcome back. We're winning. Welcome back to the Daily Wrap. While you may or may not be a supporter of Hillary Clinton's candidacy to become the nation's first female president, there's no denying that she has had a pretty good 10 days in her quest for the Democratic nomination. By most accounts, Clinton was the winner of the first Democratic debate. Then Joe Biden announced he would not stand between Hillary and the prize she seeks. And today, there are no shortage of Democrats proclaiming that Hillary sealed the deal by appearing cool, calm, collected, and most importantly, presidential during yesterday's Benghazi hearings. Now, adding to Clinton's good times are the polls suggesting that she's gaining serious ground in some key early primary states. According to the Quinnipiac survey out yesterday, Clinton has made a significant leap in the state of Iowa. After trailing Senator Bernie Sanders by 1 point in last month's Iowa poll, she now, according to Quinnipiac, leads the Vermont senator by 11 points, with 51% to Sanders' 40%. Former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley received the support of just 4%. So are we now officially moving into the coronation phase of Hillary's campaign, Heather Hansen?
I think so. I mean, she's had a great week. I thought that if you just looked at the tone, which most people did not watch all 11 hours. They probably didn't even watch one full hour. They watched bits and pieces on the news. The tone is what they see, and her tone was presidential. She did not it wasn't like the last time where she said, what does it matter anyway? Right. She didn't have a meltdown. She handled every question very well. Her answers made sense to the general public, and I think that it's going to be a big change.
Is it all over, Steve? Has she got it?
Well, if we had a fair media who's presenting, their slanted view, they showed her being presidential. When she was caught having lied to the American public about the video and telling her daughter and the Egyptian government and the Libyan government that it was not a video, it was terrorism, she sat there like this. I don't think the media is going to show that. That's not too presidential looking.
We all saw it watching the...
You and I, but as Heather pointed out, the American public didn't sit there. They worked. They didn't sit there for 11 hours.
Let's say for the sake of discussion that all that's correct.
Yeah.
Doesn't she still have the nomination?
Oh, does she have the nomination? She probably has an hour. Who else? Lincoln Chafee. Who looks like
our next story. Big.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It's big. It's a huge story.
Okay.
Jonathan, what do you think?
I really thought Lincoln Chafee was going to pull up last night. No, but you know what? Not insulting because you're an attorney. I know you're an attorney as well. But, I used to be in proffers from the prosecution standpoint as an FBI agent. And what I saw last night was somebody that was very calm, cool, and collected at minimizing whatever crime they had ever been involved with. That's what I saw. Because a lot of these things just do not add up.
In other words, a politician.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let me get to this question. Heather, you can take the first crack at it. There's no question that the Clinton campaign got off to a really bad start. There's Emailgate. Beyond that, the scandal. There's maybe because of the scandal, there's been a general wariness on the part of many Democrats who've labeled Mrs. Clinton as dishonest, untrustworthy, and just plain unlikable. Heather, what has changed in these past 10 days?
When McCarthy said that this was a political investigation, it changed so that she's now the victim. And instead of being on the defense, she was able to go on the offense. And she's very comfortable on the offense. And I think the public perception of her, of the general public, is no longer this unlikable lady, but someone who is being victimized by the big bad Republicans.
It's a remarkable change, you have to admit, Steve. I mean, a couple weeks ago, she was,
It's all the way the media handles the story. The media called the IRS scandal over months and months and months ago. Nobody cared. If the media tells you there's nothing there, there's nothing there. If the media refuses to report on what came out of the hearings yesterday, which was that Hillary lied to the American public about the video, the media should be interviewing. They should be knocking on the doors of all the family members of those who were deceased in Benghazi, the three not Ambassador Stevens. Every one of the family members I've heard from those three, and I've spoken to two of them, despise Hillary Clinton, say she's a liar, you can't trust her. She lied to them when the coffins came home. That's devastating stuff. Media couldn't care less. If the media presented that, the mainstream media, she would be toast.
All right, let's pick up on that, Jonathan. Most people in this country, from polls that I see, don't like the media already. So why would the media have all of this impact on suddenly changing how we feel about Hillary Clinton?
Again, you're asking me a question that I just...
Jonathan,
look,
you did not come prepared.
The media is typically liberal, but here's where I think that we have to look at where I think a lot of blame is coming from, is that the Republicans are not pulling their weight when it comes to cross-examination. Last night, I did not see them do anything that would convince the liberal side that, hey, she's a little bit untrustworthy.
So we've run out of time, and I haven't gotten to the biggest news of the day.
Oh.
Lincoln Chafee has dropped out of the presidential race.
Well, there you go.
Raising that age-old question, if a candidate drops out of a race and nobody cares, was he ever really a candidate at all? What do you think about Lincoln Chafee dropping out of the presidential race? You think nothing. Go to newsmaxtv.com/comments and let us know. Coming up next, we're going to read some of your viewer comments. Say goodbye to Lincoln Chafee.